Okay. So this is the information that you'll need for the second week. There's not a lot going on. I just wanted to check in. Oh my God. Okay. So for week number 2, we're starting with our chapters. So we will have chapter 1. The PowerPoint is on there. If you guys haven't gotten your book, I advise you to do that because it is usually a necessity for the online classes. Some of my in-person students don't necessarily get the book because they can get all of the information straight from me. And I do PowerPoint presentations, which is one of the things that you don't have to sit through if I'm doing an online class, but the book is really helpful for that. So we have the chapter 1 PowerPoint, you have another discussion, and you have our first chapter 1 quiz. Make sure that you take notes over chapter 1. So take your PowerPoint, do the notes through there, and then the quiz should be no big deal. A lot of the questions on the quiz will also be on the exam. So making sure that you keep notes over each chapter is a good way that when you have the, I will give you a review sheet for your exam. And then if you've already finish up notes on each chapter, then you have it, you can just put them all down for the exam, and you can use that review sheet when you take the exam, because like I said, my 8-week class is getting ready to do their first exam through Respondus. You will have to do the same thing in the next few weeks, so make sure that you take good notes right from the beginning, and then when that week comes up that you have to do your exam, you already have pretty much everything down. All you need to do is like look through it, know where things are at, and kind of get it stuck in your brain. This is a research methods video because sociology also does research. A lot of people don't know that it is a science. So that's one thing you're going to learn about in your first chapter. So that's just a video. You're not required to watch it, but these videos, I think they're kind of fun just to watch, and it's something different. You're not going to be graded on it, but it's informational. And some of the things she talks about also, I mean, they obviously go to what we're discussing in the chapter, and it just kind of gets in your brain and, you know, may trigger something. So that's all you guys have to do. I'm also going to give you a heads up on this last week's module. I put down at the very bottom the research paper topics. What is today? Yeah, I just recently put those on there. So those will be open. You can go back to those. We do have a research paper due in this class. It's a small 1,000-word research paper, just to make sure that you are familiar with choosing a topic and researching it. We're going to look at how to look for scholarly research articles. That's the second step for the paper. So the topic will be coming up, and that will probably be due the 3rd week, I think is when that is. But the topics you get to choose from is the entire book. So we have 16 chapters in the book. Obviously, we don't go through every single chapter in the book, but you can choose from something even if we don't do it. You can use the book as a reference, but it's not considered a scholarly resource. So just to give you a heads up about that, you do choose your topic out of the book. You'll want to narrow it so you have culture. You can't just do one paper, 1,000-word paper over culture, because it would be everywhere. You can choose a certain culture, or maybe your culture, or you want to learn about a different culture. You'll put that in as more specific topic. But that will be due next week. So that's just giving you a heads up as to where we're going to start from. So make sure you get these done. Also in discussion posts, I'm already starting to have people do their initial post, and then they either A, do not respond to anyone else, or B, they don't follow the rubric and they put, yes, I agree with you. And that's not a response. And yes, I can give you some points for that, but you're not going to get the full amount of points. Like I said, if you do that on every single one, you get half credit on an easy assignment. I know discussion boards aren't everybody's cup of tea. Like I said, I didn't love them, but they're required. So just do them, respond to someone else after your initial response, get your points, and be done with it. I go through this every semester that I've been here. I don't know how many 8-week classes I've had, and I do this. I have to teach the same thing to every class. Just remember, even if you need to sometimes I would set a reminder on my phone to say, hey, you need to go back and respond to somebody before the due date. So if you need to do that also. So this is all that you have, the module number 1 that we're still in, week number 2. So heads up, that's what's going on. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Bye, guys.